When a man falls in love, he's on top of his castle, held from falling by his ego. When she walks down below, gently, like a breeze that oddly seizes his ease, and immediately he sees that she's the business he's supposed to mind. Conflicted if he's the man, but heart convicted that she's the one. He feels like it took her 100 years to come. Considering how she takes his breath away, she must be the last airbender, he says. When a man falls in love, he loves to the moon and back, figuratively. But when the man falls in love, his throne itches when his own hitches to wickedness, hence he breaches some natural laws to make bridges between his world and his loves. He's the first lovebird to give up on his wings for love, and he falls from above down to earth, the ultimate expression of humility. When a man falls in love, he is lost in his thoughts, hoping that his love, like Dora the Explorer, would come to his rescue. But when the man falls in love, his love is lost to the things of the world, and he searches and finds and beseeches his love to return to the truth. When a man falls in love, it's love at first sight, drawn by the beauty that promises light to his lonely nights. But when the man falls in love, he falls and chooses to love even before you are formed in the belly of your mother. And it's the first time you hear the phrase, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Because when you are marred with the stains of sin, and the world calls you worthless, he says, you are beautifully and wonderfully made in his image. When a man falls in love, he hopes to find hope in his love. When the man falls in love, he restores hope in love for his love. When a man falls in love, sometimes it's not really love. Sometimes it's just wanna hit and run. But when the man falls in love, he stays, even when hit for the ones that run away from him. When a man falls in love, he gets you the finest dresses, makes your nails worth his kisses, and fixes your lashes. But when the man falls in love, he is undressed of his honor and takes the nails that are designed for your hands and lashes meant for your back. When a man falls in love, he spends his last dime on roses for his Valentines. But when the man falls in love, he knows that roses don't grow without thorns. So he is fain to encircle a halo of pain and shame around his head for his love, a crown of glory to gain. When a man falls in love, he suddenly becomes Shakespeare, writing poems to lure his love. But when the man falls in love, he submits his side to a spear, and the blood that drips is the ink that imprints the love signature on every scripture. When a man falls in love, he goes to see her parents with Washiru Kombe by his side, just in case there's need for negotiating the bride price. But when the man falls in love, he comes down alone, and he gives up everything for his love, and says there's no negotiating a life that is priceless. When a man falls in love, it's the first time he's afraid of death, and bows to its sting, because it's the only thing that can do him part with his love. Death is the end of his love. But when the man falls in love, death is simply the whistle that blows to commence the race. He braves to face death, for his love is stronger than death. Not even death could do us part. His heart couldn't rest in peace, knowing that the peace that completes him couldn't rest in peace with sin. So on the third day, for the first time, the sun was alarmed when something shone brighter than it ever did before it woke from its sleep. It was the Son of Man who resurrected from the dead to declare victory over death and sin. Before justice called my name, mercy came on the scene and erased my name from the list of the guilty ones and called me clean. Jesus is the man who set me free on the cross of Calvary. God is the best lover of all times, who couldn't call paradise a home without me and you inside its walls. And this is the best love story ever told in all human history. When the man falls in love, he loves beyond the moon, and he's coming back for you, literally.